want Eagles football? We're talking Eagles football. You're listening to 4th and John. Wait, what the is a JAWN anyway?
What's up, Philadelphia? We are live, broadcasting from the beautiful new media studios right outside of Philadelphia. Welcome to 4th and John, episode number 15. Eagles fans, listen to me. Lend me your ear. You have put your blood, your sweat, and your tears into this team. The tears because you're crying watching this crap. The blood because you're sticking a fork in your eye because you are watching this crap. The sweat because it is pouring down your forehead because you are about to have an aneurysm because you are watching this crap. On a week where Doug Peterson challenged the team, stood up in front of a press conference and said before anybody who could listen that we're going to see those who want to play hard and those who don't. Those who are here to fight and those who are not. Those who want to be here next year and those who don't. And as he issued that challenge, the Eagles went forth and laid an egg. The worst game of the season, where at one point we're looking at the scoreboard down 29-0. And that all goes down the fucking toilet, along with the morale of Eagles fans. And listen, I understand it. I get it. Because when times are tough, we start bickering with one another. You know what I mean? We start going, because it becomes the blame game. Angry Eagles fans are like a pack of rabid Wolverines, all right? If they're not busy eating Cowboys fans and Giants fans and Redskins fans, they're just going to eat each other. All right, so it becomes the blame game. Who's the blame? Fletcher Cox getting paid way too much. Doug Peterson, what's his deal? Why can't he call the plays? Carson Wentz, is the rookie not playing well? These corners stink. These wide receivers stink. Jim Schwartz has got to adjust. All these things, we're all going after each other. And hey, listen, I understand it. I get it. It's what we do. But I'm going to issue this challenge on this podcast tonight. All right? I want you to tweet into the show. Mike's got it right there. He's going to be taking it. I want one solid goddamn thing that we can all agree on. All right? One statement that all Eagles fans across the board can agree on. Because right now, times are tough. And we have to stick together as a fan base. All differing opinions. And hey, look, we're going to get to all that. And we want to take your phone calls. The phone number to call in is 215-515-2924. We want you to tweet the show. It's going to get on the air. We want to hear from you, the fans. Most of all, I want to hear one goddamn thing that we can all agree on as a fan base. We've got a packed show for you today. We've got a packed house. We're going to introduce everybody. But first, I want to go to my man who showed up in the rain, in the freezing rain, in the traffic, made his way here, Mr. Gale Saunders at Eagles Sessions on Twitter.
Yes. See, I almost died coming here tonight. We're talking about effort, Philadelphia Eagles. That's as a fan base. That's what we want to see. We come in, week out, to see some effort, to fight for the emblem on the logo, the shield.
At the very least, that's what we expect.
And when you see, I mean, there was a lot of mistakes that happened that game, but that Zach Ertz miss block.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
I mean, I was on fire. My ears were on fire. I'm just talking about, dude just got paid in the offseason. But this kind of like shows us something. You know, like a guy, if you switch sides with Burfict is going to murder you. Yes. If there was one guy to take their head off, it's Burfict. He's hated around the league. What would fire up a team by, knocking that dude out of the game? That's the kind of effort we're looking for from this football team.
And even in a loss, I mean, we were able to take a look the previous week to Allen Barbary laying out Clay Matthews. Clay was never the same. Granted, we lost.
Right.
All right. It was an embarrassing loss. But you see it there. You see the effort. And Clay Matthews wasn't the same for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Gale.
Dude,
we need that.
It really just ripped me to shreds. First of all, in the fourth quarter, we are hate watching the Eagles. Like, we are forcing ourselves to sit through some really bad football. And I think it's to a point where, the fan base is starting to eat their own.
Yes.
Their young offspring. We don't give a damn. Twitter wars are happening. It's crazy, but at the end of the day, we want to see passion. In this room, I see passion from you Eagle fans, and that's what we need to see at the end of the day.
And it's so disappointing. Again, coming off a week where Doug Peterson, bumbling Doug, up there at the press conference, and trust me, we got some press conference clips queued up. We are going to get to that as well. But when he issues the challenge to the team, listen, I want to see that effort. I want to see that fight. And then continuously defends piss-poor, shit, slapdick play on the field where guys are not showing any heart, continues to defend it. Listen, I understand that there's such a thing in this league as a player's coach. And there's room on this team or in this league for a player's coach. There's a thing, the buzzword in the offseason was emotional intelligence. Oh, we have to have a coach with emotional intelligence. How about some fucking football intelligence?
How about that?
Let's try that. We got my man Philly Mike over here running our social media. A, tell us where they can find us on Twitter and Facebook. And B, maybe just give your thoughts, man. What the fuck?
and thanks for the pizza, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go for the pizza.
Yeah, not a problem, guys. I know we're a little depressed with our Eagles, so I had to help treat you guys a little bit. But you guys can search us on 4thandjawn.com, at 4thandjawn on Twitter, or on Facebook.com/4thandjawn. I have no words. I'm speechless, to be honest. I don't know what to believe anymore. I mean, what happened? What's been bothering me for a while? What happened to our defense that was, balling out the first 3 weeks? I'm asking you guys that right now. What happened?
They got figured out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Picking on the secondary.
Yeah, throwing Aaron Rodgers and, oh gosh, I can't even think of the quarterback we just faced. Freaking Andy Dalton. Freaking doing quick passes nonstop the past 2 weeks. That's destroying our defense. 29-0 in the first half. Are you kidding me?
This is and trust me, we're going to get on the defense because I got some words about that. Because I'm disgusted. I see some recognizable changes, some adjustments that can and have to be made. As Ziz just looks at me, looking like J-Lo right now, just shaking her head, A little bit of a hiatus.
When's the album coming out?
Yeah, when's the mixtape drop?
You gotta wait for it.
When
Eagles fucking win, that's when.
Oh, that's when it comes out. You're not spitting bars today?
Oh, what am I gonna spit bars about? A team that looked disgusting. I am so upset. You know me, I am the most optimistic, over the top, find a positive in everything. But what I don't stand for is wasted opportunity. And I had texted the guys earlier. I said, I think we need insurance. We need Eagles fan insurance because I'm not getting paid enough for this. Do you know how much money I've spent, how much time and effort I put into this? I get injuries over these games. I get stressed out.
Wait. Back at injuries.
Oh, remember earlier I had twisted my ankle a couple games ago? I was so mad.
She did pass out at the stadium.
I passed out.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Heat stroke. Ziz got heat stroke early on in the season.
I've done so much stuff, and I'm like, we need insurance for this as a fan base. I'm not getting paid enough for this. I got so upset when I see you try and then you learn from your mistakes and you fix them. But when there's no heart, I can't back you up anymore. I fight people all day long. But now what do I have to say? That was the most disgusting, grossest game I think I've ever watched the Philadelphia Eagles play. I'm not going to lie. The only person I won't say that about is, who do you guys think I'm going to say? Turner.
Should we just get this all out of the way right now? Everybody say, Ziz, you were right.
Thank you.
Paul Turner with 80 reception yards.
More
lead us
than
to the
Nelson
promised
had
land.
all
Paul Turner going to lead us to the promised land.
All right, you guys, do you want to just, all right, Ziz.
Full clap.
Paul Turner going to lead us to the promised land.
Yeah.
Paul Turner.
Championship.
You got, it's so funny.
I didn't say that.
You talk about.
I said the Ginger Jesus, and eventually he
I'm
wrote.
going to have Paul
It's so
Turner's
funny.
baby.
You talk about getting injured and stuff, and it takes a mental toll on you. I went back and watched one of my original YouTube videos. Yeah, just for shits and giggles. I was bored, so I went back and watched these. And there was this bright
cheer yourself
face.
I was about to say, is he cheering yourself off again?
Yeah, I was cheering myself off in my spare time. And I see this bright, young face, baby face kid.
Young
lad talking about the Eagles. We're talking a mere 8 years ago. But this fresh-faced young kid, and now all my hair is gone. I got wrinkles in my face from going like this. Reggie, this is the what the fuck. You see this wrinkle right here? Ready? That's this. That's from going like this. What the fuck? It takes a toll. This team has taken years off my life, not to mention my money. Now, my father wears a T-shirt at Thanksgiving that says, "Just win one before I die." And honestly, as I approach the age of 35, Gail's a little older. I mean, all these, we're starting to think about it. Like, holy shit, live to see a Super Bowl. In the house as well. Adrian from Philly Influencer.
Yo, Adrian.
Fox 29 News.
Studio's so nice, I had to come back twice. That's what it is.
And on Fox 29.
Got the rhymes.
Fox 29 last week,
Hey,
that was awesome.
How come you didn't wear the suit? You didn't dress up the same?
I should have. I was thinking about putting a brown paper bag on my head. I was thinking about that. I did that for my YouTube show. But, I don't even know where to start with this game. Defense, Doug Peterson's play calling, Carson Wentz. I'll go at Wentz. Okay, so first of all, you're throwing the ball 60 times, which is just absolutely incredulous. But something that I'm concerned about, this is the most important time of Carson Wentz's development, and we're seeing regression. He's not setting his feet in the pocket. He's overthrowing the seam route. He's perceiving pressure in the pocket that isn't there, so he's scrambling out of it when he doesn't have to. And that makes me point at the coaching staff. You got a former quarterback in Doug Peterson as your head coach. You got a former quarterback in your offensive coordinator in Frank Reich. You got a quarterback's coach in John DeFilippo, and we're seeing regression. There's been no progression in his mechanics whatsoever. So that's something I'm really, really concerned about heading into this offseason. Is this coaching staff going to be able to fix the kinks for the young lad? I mean, can they? What do you think?
I don't know.
It's concerning.
And I brought it up before the show. I brought it up on YouTube. I can't. I just can't get this mental image out of my head. Darren Sproles, all right, against the Steelers.
Yep.
Carson Wentz rolls out, shakes off a couple defenders. He might have even fumbled the snap on that one. I can't remember, but there was a couple plays.
Yeah. I mean, he was glowing.
Collects himself.
I almost cried.
You said that.
I almost cried after that.
Man tears. Rolls out. Recognizes the coverage, sees what's going on, waves off Darren Sproles like, listen, go. And the most beautiful touch pass. Yep. It was just a lob. It was a simple lob, but it was right, perfectly placed in his hands, and he took it to the house. We've seen rookie quarterbacks, whether it be Marcus Mariota, whether it be Winston Justice. Granted, they've all had their struggles in their rookie season, but every once in a while, they will make that play where you say, oh, there it is. Oh, I see you. Because in year two, once you dust off all of that rookie haze and, trying to get yourself through the clouds, that talent is there. When's the last time we have seen Carson Wentz flash that kind of talent since, I'll give him, the Falcons game? He's regressed.
Yeah.
It's
definitely,
true.
Definitely.
His footwork is off. He's sailing balls. He's throwing into double and triple teams. He's not reading the defense well. His pocket presence isn't there. He's either A, not feeling the pressure, or B, hearing footsteps when there aren't any. And this was my biggest concern. Look, I'm not going to do any revisionist history here and say that Carson Wentz should have sat the whole year. We should have kept Sam Bradford. Bullshit. There isn't a team right now that would trade their first-round pick for Sam Bradford.
Maybe not even a second.
Not even a second. Exactly, Adrian. Yeah. You're perfectly right. Not even a second. So you throw the kid into the fire. But the downside of that is, look, if he struggles, we've seen the David Carrs of the world. We've seen the Joey Harringtons of the world. We've seen X, Y, Z, Blaine Gabbert, so on, Christian Ponder. You can lump in all these rookie quarterbacks into one giant sum and look at their rookie year. They struggled, and that's what affected them. That's what I worry about with Carson Wentz. Am I right?
I mean, one thing, though, if you look at all the personnel guys around the league, you look at different coaches around the league, they all notice something in Wentz. It's not like Wentz is not showing anything. He's showing a lot on the field. So, am I worried about him regressing a little bit? But, the weapons around him, the lack of weapons the
Huge
lack of
problem,
a
obviously.
three-down running back,
Sure.
a lack of a real running game, or a real right tackle at the moment, a makeshift line. You can't. It's hard to. I want to see more from him, but is that realistic right now?
Yeah, hard to maintain that consistency right now.
And at the end of the day, as much as we got that 3 games start, and we're like, hey man, we might have something. At the moment, it's built. It looks like a rebuild, and you have to embrace that we are weak at some of the skill set positions.
But the thing is, we've been telling each other, everybody, I've said it too, trust the process. They're telling us to trust the process.
Which is cute that they're borrowing that, by the way.
terrible,
What?
dude.
Which is cute that they're borrowing that from the
I
Sixers.
guess so, but obviously, I don't think Carson, what he's showing us, he doesn't trust the process. Whatever he's being told, it's looking like he doesn't trust the
He's
process.
running. He's
But
running for his
do you
life
think
at the
Carson
moment.
has a little bit too much on his shoulders right now?
He's
Yes,
overload.
yes.
Oh, my God.
He got a team on his back.
60 passes! The only quarterback this season that threw over 60 passes this season.
Not since
Second
Gary
most
He
ever
is
for a
the
rookie
ginger
quarterback.
Jesus.
60
He's got
pass
the whole
attempts.
city
It's a
on
little
his
too
back.
much on Carson. I think there's just some people out there. I'm not saying you guys are, but I think there's some people out there that are just being a little too hard on the kid. He has nothing around him. The offense isn't special.
Which is true. Mike, I will totally agree with you on that.
But this game.
But where are the flashes? That's all I'm asking
No,
for.
I
Where are
agree
the
that
flashes?
we haven't seen any flashes. That's the problem. But there's just a lot on his shoulders, like I said. But which is, we haven't seen those flashes. Maybe like the Falcons game, like you said. But ever since Lane left, man. Ever since Lane Johnson
Lane
left,
fucked us,
It's been a struggle.
Lane has. If you're listening, Lane.
Huh?
No, never mind. I was
Saul's fault.
gonna say something real salty to Lane, but I'm just saying he really screwed us.
Yeah,
He should take out a front page in one of the big papers around here next season and say I'm sorry.
And look, I don't want to, again, I don't want to do any revisionist history here. And like Doc Holliday, my hypocrisy will only go so far. I murdered Sam Bradford. I was me and Rob Aiden on the No Sam Club. All right? I was one of the biggest Sam detractors in the game. All right? Because I didn't want to hear the excuses. I didn't want to hear drop balls. I didn't want to hear blaming on the offensive line. I didn't want to hear on the play calling. All right? Because I wanted Sam Bradford to be like, look, man, you got to put this offense on your shoulders. It's got to be your show. We have to win games because we have Sam Bradford, not lose games because we have Sam. We got to fucking win games. Right. You look at Aaron Rodgers, that game on Monday Night Football, they won because Aaron Rodgers balled the hell out. You can see it in other teams and other games where they win because of their quarterback. Now, here comes Carson Wentz. I was one of the originals on the Wentz wagon, all right? But the same excuses, the drop passes, I understand. The offensive line, you don't have Lane Johnson, but you got Brooks, I understand. The wide receiver core is the same, I understand. The play calling, albeit different from Chip Kelly, still predictable, I understand. And above all else, he is a rookie, I understand. All I'm looking for is a couple glimmers, a couple of flashes, where I can point to him and say, there it is. There it is. And I haven't seen that in a while.